everyone, this is Robin from Humane Yoga, and I'm here to help you through a beginner sequence. It's a very gentle sequence and it's going to be quite short, so we'll be starting with some stretches on your back, then we're going to move through and really loosen up the front of the body, and then go into your first taste of downward dog. If you haven't tried that before, we'll give you some different options. This beginner's yoga is all about allowing yourself some time to understand the foundation of the practice that you're experiencing, but also to know what your body needs or what its limits are, particularly around your bone structure and anatomy. So for this practice, you'll need a block, if you have one, or you can get a hard-covered book about this size, and so this will be really useful at the end of our practice. And then we need a blanket. So a blanket that you can fold up to this sort of rectangular square, and then you can come on back and start the practice with me again. So hit pause now and go grab yourself either a block or a hardcover book, medium size, and a blanket as well. And I'll see you back real soon. Okay, welcome back. We're just going to move our props out to the side here, and you're going to begin on your back. So we begin on our back here to allow ourselves to straighten the spine. So often we're seated in this position where we're rolling forward and our head comes forward, and you can see that I'm really rounded and my neck is jolting. So just by laying on your back, it actually brings everything back into alignment in a very natural way. So we want to start with this laying on the back. If you feel the need to place a blanket underneath your knees, then you can roll up your blanket and place it under your knees to support the lower back. And once you come down, we're just gently going to place one hand on low belly, one hand either on heart center or just above your hands on the low belly. And I want you just to close your eyes here and just start to let yourself notice where you're holding tension. This could be in the shoulders, could be in the back of the body, could be in your hips, maybe your jaw or your head. And you just notice and you inhale into that area. And you exhale and actively let those muscles go as best you can, feeling the belly dropping down. As you inhale, let your belly rise, send the breath to the next area of tension. And then exhale, let the whole back body drop down. We're just doing a few rounds here, breathing in to your area of tension, and then exhaling and relaxing, dropping the body down. Continuing this process at your own pace, trying to slow your breath down and extend your exhale as you gently squeeze the belly and relax the whole body down now. And take another big inhale. And then exhale. And just start to scan through the body now, just working from the top of the head down to the toes. Notice if there's any areas that are still tense or areas that are soft that need to be activated. So you breathe in, you scan, and just let yourself either wake up an area with the breath, just create awareness, or relax it, actively letting it go through the muscles. Breathing gently here as you scan. And once you've finished your scan, you can gently open the eyes, and I want you just to bring your arms out to the side, palms face down, and draw your knees into your chest. And just rock yourself from side to side. If it feels better to place your hands on your knees, you can just place the hands on the knees and just do a couple of circles, feeling into that low back area. Rolling around and just do a little massage. Then from here, you're going to place the hands on the knees and let your left leg extend down, or you can just place the foot on the ground. going to roll the knee over to the opposite side, so make sure your left leg extends. You roll it over just as far as feels good. It might be hanging up high, it could touch your foot down. Just see what feels good. You can even extend the top leg so that you get a little bit more twist. And pick a variation. Some people like to tuck their toes behind their knee here. Once you do that, you extend the opposite arm to the side, palm face down, turn your head away, take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly start to draw the knee back around, hug that knee into the chest, and then with the same hand, your right hand, you're going to pull that knee away. Now, option to bring your left arm down, push into the floor, or to place it on your hip, just to create some weight if you really want to open up this inner groin here on the right side. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bring it back to center. And let's grab both of those knees again and then go in opposite directions. So the knees go in opposite directions, big circles with the hands on the knees. And now inhale, draw the knees in, extend the right leg long. And if you want for a moment just to place your foot on the ground and let the knee bend on the right leg, you're welcome to do that. We're just going to draw this knee in, and then you will extend your right leg if it's pointing the knee up, and then start to drop the leg across the body with the opposite hand. So notice tucking the toes behind the knee, dropping the foot in front, or extending the leg long. Then you bring your arm out to the side, opposite arm, and just look away from the knee. So pick an option that works for you here. Feeling that big twist through the body. One big inhale. And as you exhale, gently pull the knee back round. Place the left hand on the knee, right hand on the hip, or right hand out to the side, and just pull the left knee away from you. Remembering that you can stand on your foot again on the right side if that feels better, or keep it extended. We take one breath here, and then draw the knee back in, and then the knees come in, and lift up your head, reach towards your knees, and then roll back down again. Then place your feet flat on the floor and just looking towards me as I demonstrate a nice gentle warm up of your lower body joints. So just scoot a little bit, get your lower back nice and comfortable, and then bring the knees up. Now what you're trying to do is create 90-degree angles between your knee and your hips here. 90-degree angle between your feet and your knees, as best you can. So even on camera, I'm sure mine are not completely 90 degrees, but it's where I feel my core activate. So if I move my knees back and forth, my feet are flexed, and I'm looking for where that activation starts. So you'll start to feel that the legs activate, the stomach activates, and then you can stay in that position just before it becomes too stressful for you. So it's an activation, and it helps hold you up. You place your hands next to your hips here, and just rotate the ankles around, trying to keep those right ankles in as much as possible so they're stationary and just your ankles are moving. You take a big inhale, and then here's the tricky part. Just move the lower leg and the ankles. Try not to move the hips too much. They're all connected, so some part of it's going to move. But you want to try and just really focus on that low leg and ankle movement, just for another couple of circles. Breathe into your belly, bracing it. And then you're going to go bigger as your hips get involved. So trying to keep that activation. Trying to keep those 90-degree angles as you just move around in a circle. Really good for your joints. Can be a little tricky, so we'll just do one more. And then very gently hug the knees in and do a little bit of rolling around, massaging lower back. Now draw your knees back in, lift the head up, forehead towards the knees. And then if you want, you can just bring yourself up to seated. If you're feeling a little bit energetic, hands underneath the knees, and you bring your head back up and you roll like a ball a couple of times. feels like fun. Give it a go, and then roll yourself up and gently come into cross-legged position or legs out in front, whichever one works for your knees. We're just going to reach forward. We want to reach forward to where you feel the stretch. So you could be up really high, you can be up a little bit lower. So you're just walking, find that stretching point. So we're going to breathe in here and then lower the head down, chin to the chest. And just continue to allow yourself to push the hips back. And when they say bend from your hips, they're talking about pushing through the hips, pushing them back, and allowing that part of you to bend only. It takes a little bit of time to work this out. But just take an inhale and try to play with allowing yourself just to bend from that low back and the hips. Take a nice big inhale. And then gently walk your hands out to the left side. Send to the left and just keep pushing down into the opposite hip here. Big inhale. Back to your center on your exhale. And then over to the other side. So really important to just keep pushing into the opposite hip. You don't have to get very low here. You want it to be really quite easy and simple. And then back to your center. Reach forward, head down. And then walk your hands back up. Alright, so now you want to grab your blanket. So we move through here with the blanket. You want to place it under your knees, right? So if you're not used to doing the practice, we just start with the blanket to get used to this, whether you've got problems with your knees or not. And then we're going to walk our hands forward. And we don't want to stack too much, because if you're not used to putting weight on your wrists, then this will be not so great for your body to start with. We need to build up that area first. So tabletop position, and then gently just round the spine. Drop the belly down, looking up, and then rounding. So this is a standard in most yoga styles where we do a cat-cow practice, and I think across the fitness industry it's a pretty standard thing. So you inhale and you exhale, just gently moving through. And then bring yourself back to your center, to that tabletop. And just adjust your knees if you need to. And all you're going to do now is keep your knees and hips in a line, and then slowly walk your hands forward. So you want to feel like your hips are pushing into an invisible wall, and you gently drop your head towards the floor. If the shoulders are complaining and uncomfortable, open the hands a little wider, and then breathe in. So we take a breath here, we feel that elongation through the spine. And you take one more breath, and then slowly walk yourself back up to tabletop. Then all the way back, send the hips back. You could be up really high here, or you could be coming a bit lower. Doesn't matter where you are, just make sure you stop at the point where it feels like you're getting the biggest stretch, or your body's saying, this is as far as I go. You drop your head down, and just rock yourself side to side. And inhale back up. And we're going to do a little variation of downward dog. So if you liked that first option, then you can just practice here for the moment, allowing yourself to go that invisible wall. And then you just push into the hands and open them a little wider. If you'd like to go into another variation of downward dog, then tuck your toes behind you. Walk your hands forward, just like we did before. But this time you're just going to pick up the knees gently, and then just bicycle the legs. So you're pushing into your hands, you pull your belly in, and then you allow yourself to create a little bit of space by pushing into the hands and lengthening through the spine as best you can. We're just going to stay here for one more breath just to play. And then drop the knees back down, back to your child's pose in your variation. Arms alongside the body this time. Big inhale. And then round yourself back up to seated. And we're going to come to standing position. So you can move that blanket to the side and grab hold of either that block or the book. And you're going to gently place it in the middle of the mat on the lower setting here. And then you're going to come to standing. So once you arrive in the standing position, You want to place your feet either side of that block so that you are basically squeezing the block with your feet, but just a little squeeze so you know it's there. It's about grounding yourself through your feet. And we're just going to leave our lower body now. It's going to do its thing. It's going to move with us, but we're going to lead with the arms. So we inhale, we bring our arms up to the sky. We reach. And then you can let the fingertips touch as you roll forward. Let your hands relax in front of you. And as you inhale, you gently push your hips back and look forward. We call this the halfway lift. Then you fold yourself down again. And then inhale, roll up. Arms out to the side, big lift. Push into your feet as you trace your center. Hands at the heart. And then gently inhaling again, we go around exactly the same process. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Squeeze your block at the bottom. Then bring your hands to your thighs and do a halfway lift. Fold yourself down. And roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time, take your time. Reach out to the side and bring your arms up, looking up. Trace your center. Bow to yourself. I'm just going to do that one more time. Bringing that focus to your feet as you bring your arms out to the side. Reach up, push into your feet, nice and long. Exhale, fingertip touch, softening the knees, generous bend. Hands drop down. Halfway lift, hands to thighs, look forward. And then exhale, roll it down. Really bend the knees, round the spine. And then push into your feet, squeeze your block gently as you roll up. One vertebrae at a time. And then slowly bring the arms out to a big reach. All the way up to the center. Trace your midline, bow to yourself. Congratulations, you've done your beginner's practice. And that's all there is. Gratitude for the time on the mat. And now promise something for yourself that you're going to do today in celebration, whatever that is. And once you've made your promise, gently open the eyes. Namaste. And thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.